Okay, let's do this. Welcome everyone to another Meyer Sound webinar. How's the transmission? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Excellent. Thank you for confirming that we have clear transmission. Welcome to another a la carte Friday, which means that you got to vote what we are expected to talk about. And you've voted Roskilde Festival 2019 through the Meyer Sound user community group. As always, I will start with some household notes first, so please allow me to share my screen and let's look at the household notes. Okay, there we go. So, a la carte Friday, May 8th, Friday, you got to choose, and there were three options to choose from, which was A, Montreux Jazz, B, M-Noise, and C, Roskilde Festival. And the vast majority was in favor of the Roskilde Festival, which means that today we will have several guest lecturers that join us as we go on a journey through Roskilde Festival 2019, including a mystery guest that I'm not ready to reveal yet, but we'll do so in a couple of minutes. But before we do so, we first look at the Zoom video communication platform that we're using for these webinars. And that means that in front of you, you are expected to have a window not unlike the one that you see over here. If you want to see who else is joining you on the call, please click participants, in which case a window pops up on the right side, showing you all people that are currently on the call. We encourage you to ask questions, but in order to do so in an orderly fashion, we would like you to make use of the raise hand feature. So in the bottom, you will find a button which says raise hand, and whenever you click that button, a blue hand icon pops up in the corner of my eye, informing me that you are about to ask a question. At which time I will try to find a white space in the narrative and see whether there's an opportunity to answer your question. To ask the question itself, we encourage you to make use of the chat feature, which you can open by clicking on the chat balloon icon. And then the right side window pane splits in half, showing you a chat window with a field at the bottom where you can enter a message and address the nation, that is to say everybody on the call, or if you happen to see a family member, fellow colleague, or friend, you can also address that person in private. That pretty much concludes the household notes. For those that are joining us through the Facebook Meyer Sound user community group, welcome. We're live on Facebook as we speak, and this group currently has over 80,600 members and rising. So welcome to those people as well. And that means that we're going to look at a huge application of the Meyer Sound Precision toolset, where we, of course, we've covered all of these topics in the past 4 weeks, but all of this, of course, in a environment, in a situation such as Roskilde Festival. All of this is being used at a great length. So we're happy to show you the application of the tool set during today's a la carte on demand session. And that means that I'm honored to introduce my fellow roundtable panelists in alphabetical order. Today we have joining us on the call Oscar Barrientos, Meyer Sound Technical Service Manager for Latin America. On behalf of Roskilde Festival, we're joined by Lars Liljengrain, who is the Senior Production Manager, and he will speak on behalf of the festival. And our mystery guest of today is none other than Bob McCarthy, Meyer Sound's Director of System Optimization. And I'm about to change his name from John Doe into his proper name, Bob McCarthy. I'm very happy that he's here. Furthermore, we have Michael Paul, Meyer Sound Technical Services, as well as Mauricio Ramirez, also known as Magoo, Meyer Sound's Senior Technical Seminar Instructor. Raul Samuel is back, our technical support specialist from the Middle East. And finally, myself, I'm your host tonight, and I will be moderating today's call and hopefully have some valuable input while doing so. This is going to be a round table, which means that I expect my fellow panelists to add any insight that they can offer at any time that they feel like doing so. And that means that we're going to change keynotes. I'm going to stop sharing, and Michael Pohl will start sharing his screen, and Lars will give us an introduction of today's topic of the festival that we're about to discuss. So let's make this work, and let's go to Lars. Lars, take it away.
Thank you, Merlin. Hello, guys. Hello from Copenhagen. Roskilde Festival, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the festival, but it's situated just 40 kilometers west of Copenhagen in a small city of Roskilde. 2020 was supposed to have been our 50th festival. We'll do our 50th festival in 21. The festival took off in, let me just see if I can change the slide. Can you do it for me, Michael? The first festival took off in 1971. It was in two local college kids who were inspired by the Woodstock Festival, and they decided to do a festival on the farmers market in Roskilde. It was 2 days, and the festival was a massive success. Roughly 10,000 people attending per day for the 2 days, and the festival went well. The only thing that didn't went well was that back then everything was handled in cash, and they trusted a good friend and asked him to store the cash, the turnover from the festival, in his car, and he drove off to Germany and had a good time with all the money from the festival. But some of the people in Roskilde Festival had noticed what the two young guys were doing on site, so they approached them and said that they had the Roskilde Foundation and they would like to help them carry on and do the festival in 1972. And from there on, the Roskilde Foundation became the Roskilde Festival Foundation, a charity organization, which when you see your logo, you'll see that it says non-profit since 1972. And that is because the purpose of the Roskilde Festival is we're not a concert promoter, we're a charity organization gathering funds for children and young people in need. Can you change to the next one, Michael? Thank you. And this is taking us all the way up to the festival we're going to talk about today in 2019. We're the biggest festival in Northern Europe and has been sold out every year since 2008. And we were sold out for 2020 as well, hoping to do it again for 21. The festival takes place over 8 days. The first 4 days are the campsite days, where on the last Saturday of June, roughly an estimate of 50 to 60,000 kids, they jump into the campsite. They camp for 8 days. We have 2 small stages and an arts and activism program going on the campsite. And then we have the main site with 6 stages and more than 180 bands performing for 4 days. Next one, please. So outside of Roskilde, it's still on the farmers market, and we built the festival. It took us roughly 14 days to build the festival, and we built it from scratch, from a field to, next one please, to the 4th largest city in Denmark. During the 4 main days of the festival, the Roskilde Festival has more than 130,000 inhabitants, again making this the 4th largest city in Denmark. And the next one. What is so special about the special thing about Roskilde Festival is that the Roskilde Foundation was founded by volunteers, and the Roskilde Festival is run by volunteers. I'm a full-time employee, and there are roughly 80 of us who do the festival and other things aside throughout the year. But we have more than 600 volunteers working throughout the year. There are members of the board that are in management positions on the festival, and on site we have roughly around 30,000 volunteers helping us out doing the festival, together with all the professionals coming in, such as technicians and food vendors, etc. The next one, please. These are some of the numbers that you can see, which was some of the donations, the numbers that we've given away every year. The thing is, when you're a charity organization such as Roskilde Festival, you must donate your profit from the previous festival before you do the next one. And this April was quite strange for us, because April the 6th, we were locked down by the government, and 2 days after, we donated more than 2 million euros to charity from the 2019 festival. So these are some of the numbers of all the money we've donated to charity throughout the 49 festivals we've done so far. Next one, please. This is Helen and John Meyer, and in the middle is our CEO, Signe Loptrup. Meyer Sound has been present at Roskilde Festival for many years, and we always had a good relationship with the tech support showing up on site, a really good communication, eyes on the ball, easy to talk with, and we were on the same ball game that we were always talking about how to create the best possible audience experience. I was hired, I was a volunteer at the festival, volunteer production manager, hired full-time in 2014, and in 2015 something happened. The Rising stage, which you're going to hear about later, was one of the first outdoor stages to deploy the Leopard system. And what really struck me the first time I heard the Leopard system was the ability to distinguish everything in the low end. I could clearly hear the bass guitar from the kick drum, and that really intrigued us to look more into the Lear family coming out, and in the combination with the good relationship we had with the Meyer Sound techs on site, it was only natural for us to look more into what kind of company Meyer Sound was. And what struck us was that, of course, the legacy of Helen and John Meyer and where they came from, the sum of love. We met and we found out that we shared the mindset and the approach towards many things and doing festivals and basically ideals of how the world should be. So we partnered up. So all systems at Roskilde Festival are Meyer Sound systems that are supplied by the Bright Group. We went with the Bright Group because we wanted one big vendor to supply and coordinate all the systems at Roskilde Festival. The partnership has also led on to that we wanted to look into how we could elevate the professionalism in live sound production with the respect of all the different people being part of doing sound at the festival. So the thing is now at Roskilde Festival, the Meyer Sound, they design from input from the festival, with input from the festival, the sound systems at the festival. The Bright Group services and deals with all the logistics, infrastructure of the systems. And Roskilde Festival has done something quite unique. We set up an education program where Meyer Sound is taking part in the training. We are hiring our own sound technician, patch, and monitor people for the position. This has led on to opening up the positions at Roskilde Festival so that people don't naturally come in via a vendor, but they can apply for a job at the festival and they get the training and they get a job at the festival. And it's been quite interesting to work with this respect and elevating the different parts of the live sound production. What has also happened at Roskilde Festival, you may have seen some of the videos regarding the weather project and other research projects. So Meyer Sound, they do on-site research projects, and Danish Technical University, they're involved. They have students coming up, helping out Meyer Sound, doing all the research on-site. And the next one, please. Next one, please. There's supposed to be a slide. Yes, there it is. A quick top view of the site. The main site, which has 6 stages, is really small. It's only less than 3 square kilometers. And that's where we try and squeeze in 130,000 people and 6 stages. And that's quite a challenge. And that's one of the things that we've gained from having Meyer Sound as a partner, is that we were able to look into how the systems are designed to optimize the audience experience for each stage. Because we're a quite ambitious festival, we have the 6 stages playing from roughly 2 o'clock till 4 at night. So there's a lot of concerts going on, and on top of that, we have a comprehensive arts and activism program going on. So it's a challenge, and we learn new stuff every year, and that's the good thing about this partnership, that we're still looking ahead of many festivals to do together. Next one, please.
Yeah, hello everyone, and I think that's becoming my part now. With those 8 stages for the 4 rising days and the days where the actual festival happens, we have those 8 stages equipped fully with Meyer Sound equipment, and that starts with our biggest system, line array system or curvilinear system, the Leo M, and 3 other stages deploying Lion systems as their main systems, and that goes all the way down through Leopard systems on 3 other stages, and the Lina system in a stage. This is actually a very interesting place. It's a barn. And this barn is becoming a venue, and there is some challenges in that barn, but we will show you some pictures of that barn later on, and we are happy to have Magoo and Oscar in this 1 year, who actually worked at the barn, and they can tell you a little bit more about the Gloria stage, which deploys the Lina system and a lot of other systems here. In total, the Roskilde Festival on the festival site deploys 847 Meyer Sound loudspeakers. That includes line arrays, subwoofers, point source systems, small systems for the catering area. That includes monitors. In total, we deployed 58 Galaxy loudspeaker management systems all over the field. A couple of stages in 2019 already deployed an audio network system based on ADD, but we will talk about that a little later in this regard. But we are very proud and honored that we have that partnership because I think it's a very unique situation for a loudspeaker manufacturer to almost deploy every of its products at one site, and also to experience the interaction between those systems. And I'm in the fortunate situation to know the festival for quite some years, and I did some shows even 12 years ago. This year would be 13 years last, right? So whatsoever, but it's really unique, the situation that you can experience all these systems kind of side by side with almost every kind of music. And that's also one of the very special things that we realized over the years, and especially in the last 2 years where we are in that very special partnership with Roskilde Festival. And that is the unique spread of music genres on all the stages. And without further ado, we want to show you some more about some specific stages. Unfortunately, we cannot show you everything from every stage, because otherwise that would be not a webinar, that would be a 1 week get together because there's so many things there. But we want to start with a very special stage, which is not inside of that area. It's more on the, we call it the camping side. But Lars will tell you more about this stage, which is called Rising.